Dawn French in The Trouble with Maggie Cole.
Oh.
What's interesting about what ITV are doing now, they're so middle of the road at the moment. They're so aware of what their demographic is, and they are doing their job in as much as they are giving dramas that people of that age group will want to watch. But I just had my sister and brother-in-law over, and I don't think they ever watch ITV, and if they carry on like this, they never will.
You say drama, this was commissioned by the comedy department at ITV.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is a comedy drama, but was commissioned primarily by the comedy department, and does have quite, it's led by Dawn French, but you've got Kerry Howard in there, and
a massive cast.
Mark Heap. Yeah,
the credits are huge, really. I mean, they went on. I think the credits was longer than the opening. There's a tiny opening scene, and then the credits run, and the credits look like a Thomas Cook advert. You could easily mix them up. So this has got, as you said, Dawn French, Kerry Howard, Mark Heap, Julie Hesmontal, Vicky Pepperdine, loads of familiar faces that have been great in other things. And the premise is that Dawn French is a local historian. She's asked to go on the radio. This is like a moment in the spotlight. She gets drunk during the interview and spills the beans on all the village secrets, because it's quite a tight-knit place where everybody knows everybody's business. And she has everybody around for a sunny barbecue at her house to listen to the interview as it goes out live. And the journalist kind of stitches her up, and instead of using the bits that he asked her about her work and life, he uses all the bits where she's sort of bad-mouthing local residents and spilling all their dirty laundry out. I'm often saying, these are 3-parters, these are 4-parters. How on earth this story can stretch over 6 episodes is completely bewildering. I don't understand where it can go from here, really.
I suppose you've got a lot of characters, haven't you?
You have,
That's why the credits were so big, because we can play off all these little sort of subset storylines that she's launched this sort of rocket, and everything, all the secrets have come out now. According to, as I say, Saskia Schuster, is a drama, even though it's commissioned by the comedy controller, in the vein of The Darling Buds of May and Doc Martin, as you mentioned before, and it's a small coastal town. She works in like a local gift shop, doesn't she? She's married to Mark Heap's character, who's the headmaster of the primary school. Her best friend is the Julie Hesmontal character, who is another teacher there. Because we watch these in a prism, normal people will be switching the telly on, and this goes for the next drama we're talking about as well. After a day at work, 9 o'clock comes around, you want something you can just sort of, in terms of this, definitely switch your brain off to and watch. I like some of the performances. Let me be positive for a minute. I like Mark Heap and I like Julie Hesmontal. I thought their characters were the most believable in the piece. I know we didn't get to meet quite a lot of the other characters. There's a lot of stuff that can be elaborated on. There's too many people in this, and I don't think Maggie Cole is a particularly likeable character. I think it's hard for most people to switch off their brains to a character played by Dawn French.
I was thinking exactly that. You can't separate Dawn French, who I've never really liked particularly as an actor. I think whenever I see her in interviews and stuff, I think she's be a lovely person. But I was never a big Dibley fan.
Okay. I think her performance in Dibley is really good and is quite layered. Certainly in recent years, Dawn French has become more of a personality than an actress. And I think it's the same with sort of like a Jennifer Saunders as well. We saw her recently in The Stranger with those dogs running that cafe. I think it's hard with some.
Just to be clear, the dogs weren't running the cafe. She was running the cafe.
We watched the first episode.
True. I would watch it if the dogs started running the cafe.
I think some people will gravitate towards this in the way that they did Doc Martin, and I think I appreciate that it's something different. Like McDonald's and Dodds, they were trying to do something different.
The thing that separates this from Doc Martin and Last Tango in Halifax is I don't think this had the charm that both of those shows do. It had all the ingredients. It looks nice. It's quintessentially British. These are British people in a British setting, and it's all lovely and nice. It had all those bits that you need for a Last Tango and a Doc Martin, but it lacked the charm that will keep me coming back for any more than this first episode,
I-
and the people didn't feel authentic to me. At
I
all.
mean, this is the guy who wrote Mount Pleasant, I think, is his main.
Ah.
It's not a horrible thing.
No.
I wouldn't say it's awful. It's just mediocre. The trouble with Maggie Cole, the trouble with Maggie Cole, is that you've got a protagonist who isn't particularly likable, has said all these things about her even before she sort of got drunk and said all these things. You know, she was quite blunt towards other people. You know, there wasn't a lot to like about her, and I think it's the other characters around her that we could latch on to, like Mark Heap and Julie Hesmanhole. But you know, this is a Dawn French show starring Dawn French, so it's going to be mainly about her, and I just feel it's hard to separate Dawn French from the character, and I think that is the stumbling block that I couldn't really get over. Have that.
No, I agree completely. Wednesday nights is where you'll find The Trouble with Maggie Cole.